Hello and thank you for clicking on my channel. Welcome to the Real Movie Podcast. And today I want to share my review of the movie Bullet Train. The director of this movie is David Leitch. You might know him from directing Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde, and a Fast and Furious spin-off which is called Hobbs and Shaw. So mostly he's known for his action movies and he is becoming the new Michael Bay. The actors of this movie, well, there are a lot of good actors. Brad Pitt is the protagonist of this story. He plays Ladybug. We have Aaron Taylor Johnson, Michael Shannon, Joey King, Brian Tyree Henry, and some cameos from Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and we even have Zazie Beetz. And I forgot to mention Ryan Reynolds. The story of this movie is a bit weird and all over the place, but I'm gonna say the main one. There's a suitcase in a bullet train in Japan, and it has $10 million inside. Brad Pitt is a sort of undercover agent. He is extremely unlucky. He has to retrieve this case and he has to get off the train. Simple as that. But as I said, he is extremely unlucky. This might be the wrongest recap of the movie. Anyways, this movie reminded me of Guy Ritchie movies. Quick action sequences, simple plot which will get complicated as the movie goes, and on top of all, comedy. For example, remember what we had in the movie Snatch with Brad Pitt, Jason Statham, or in the movie The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey and Colin Farrell. But Bullet Train does not even get close to a Guy Ritchie movie. The whole thing just lays flat. The action sequences were over the top, they weren't smart. I mean, they were cool in some scenes. For example, the scene that Brad Pitt and Zazie Beetz, they had a fight. It was cool, it was okay, but mostly it was way over the top, especially in the last third of the movie, in which the movie just turned into Transformers. Also, the movie tried to say so many jokes, and to be honest, for me, 90% of them laid flat. They weren't funny, they were off-putting, they weren't in a good place. And I don't know what is this trend in Hollywood these days that every character seemed to be the comic relief. I mean, they were all funny, even the bad guys. They had puns and they had funny lines. You don't have to do that all the time. And one of my biggest problems with this movie were the dialogues. I mean, I mentioned a Guy Ritchie movie, for example, go and watch the movie Trainspotting or the movie Snatch again and check out the dialogues and see how smartly written they are and how they are connected together. They are just brilliant, but the dialogues in this movie, they were so flat. I mean, the whole movie, the dialogues, the plot, the characters, they were all felt generated. I think Hollywood really made a robot which writes movies. Recently we also had Gray Man. That movie felt generated as well. This movie also feels extremely generated. The actors of this movie were disappointing mostly, especially Brad Pitt. He was trying to mimic and imitate Ryan Reynolds for the whole movie. I mean, if it was Ryan Reynolds playing Ladybug, I would laugh at least a bit more. There is no chemistry amongst the actors, except the best part of the movie was the relationship, the brotherhood, the friendship, whatever you want to call it, between Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry. Those two were just good. Those two were the best part of the movie. Their bickering was funny, their relationship was good, and these two were the standouts of this movie. Joey King was not a good pick for the role of the prince, because when I was watching the movie, I felt like this character has a lot of screen time. If it was a better actress playing this role, she might have done a really better job. I don't have anything against Joey King, but she didn't have the charisma to play this character. And however you want to put it, I thought a lot. There weren't many actresses that came to mind with this age. Millie Bobby Brown, maybe that small girl from Game of Thrones, that badass girl which will be in the TV show The Last of Us, maybe that one. But Joey King did not cut it for me. She was not a good pick. I think if they casted a better actress for the role, the movie would have been much better. On final notes, I have to say that I really prefer to watch Trainspotting, Snatch and other movies with Guy Ritchie as the director and not watch Bullet Train. I suggest you guys to watch the other movies. This movie has nothing to offer, to be honest. It is entertaining, you can have some fun, but at the end there is nothing in this movie. It's just flat. Whenever you want to write and direct a high tempo movie with good action, just call Guy Ritchie or Edgar Wright. These two are brilliant. They are just wonderful. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to my voice. If you have anything to say and add, please comment down below and let me know. As always, thanks. Bye.